Donald Trump is still constructing his next administration, but he seems to be doing it the same way that billionaire built that Titanic submarine, because it's imploding immediately.
Pick in peril. Pete Hegseth back on the Hill with his bid for defense secretary in doubt.
Will another Trump nominee be forced out? A growing number of senators have signaled they are not behind Trump's defense secretary nominee, Pete Hegseth. Who is the president-elect considering to replace him?
Will Pete Hegseth's nomination survive the day? It's a real question.
Wow, this would be very sobering news for Pete Hegseth if he wasn't shit-faced right now. I mean, if Hegseth doesn't get confirmed, this is really going to make people question Trump's strategy of giving the most unemployable people on earth the hardest jobs that ever existed. And honestly, I kind of feel bad for this guy. I mean, he had it made. A cushy job on Fox News, a side hustle selling macho garbage on right-wing Instagram, a loving third family. And then Trump comes along and offers him a job, and now his life is kind of f***ed up. I mean, who could have seen that coming other than Matt Gaetz, Mike Pence, Rudy Giuliani, Michael Cohen, and everyone else Trump has ever come into contact with? Hey, anyone heard from Herman Cain lately? He's dead. Google it. And maybe one of the reasons why Pete Hegseth can't seem to extinguish this dumpster fire of his nomination is because more people keep throwing garbage into the dumpster.
Yesterday, new allegations of excessive drinking also emerging about the decorated combat veteran. NBC News spoke with 10 current and former Fox News employees who worked with Hegseth on one of the network's morning shows and say the former co-host drank in ways that concerned them. Two saying on more than a dozen occasions they smelled alcohol on Hegseth before he went on air.
Okay. Before you judge, yes, his show starts at 6 in the morning, but he was still drinking from the night before, okay? So it's not sad, it's awesome. I will say it's weird that we're arguing about the drinking, because even if he was stone cold sober, he's a TV host who ran 2 veterans organizations into the ground. He's not qualified to run the Pentagon anyway. Okay, this is like saying, hey, yo, this cat can't be pilot. He has a drinking problem. Okay, then maybe this cat can be a pilot. It's very cute. But you know what? This might be for the best. The first step to sobriety is your co-workers admitting that you have a problem. And look, we don't have any hard evidence that Pete Hegseth was drinking before work, but if you watched his show very carefully, you might have picked up some subtle clues that he liked to knock him back.
I've always wanted to do this.
Give it a good shake.
Oh, look at that color.
Look at that.
I will not be abstaining from alcohol. Possession is 9/10 of ownership.
Sharing.
We have 3 more hours.
And maybe if I do well, I'll get a pint. A little bit of champagne. There you go.
I'm going to get another refill. Hold on.
Champagne is my problem when it comes to hangovers. It's
But it
bad.
fixes the problem in the morning. Because then you have a little bit more champagne, and then your problem goes away.
Again, the show airs at 6 a.m., but as Pete Hegseth always says, hey, it's 11 a.m. somewhere. So Hegseth is losing the president, he's losing the senators, he's losing his co-workers. I mean, does he have anyone left on his side?
This just in, Pete Hegseth's mother just sitting down for an interview.
He's very smart. He loves his country. He's a good dad. He's an amazing son and father. I wouldn't be sitting here if I didn't believe he's the man for the job.
What kind of parent-teacher conference are we watching right now? Because the future Secretary of Defense needs his mom to come out and defend him? I thought you were against women in combat roles. And besides, I never saw Donald Rumsfeld be like, hey, I have a warning for the Taliban. Mom, you tell him. Now, the reason Pete's mom is part of the story is because a few years ago, during his second divorce, his mom sent him an email where she called him, her own son, a habitual cheater, liar, and abuser of women. But now she's saying, don't worry about it.
Let's go back 7 years, which if we all went back 7 years, we would see that maybe we were not the people we are today. I want people to look at Pete, understand him for who he is today, and to disregard the media. That was 7 years ago. And most of it is misinformation.
Oh, what misinformation? You wrote the email. You're the one who told us he's a piece of shit. And by the way, 7 years ago wasn't ancient history, okay? We still have the same Spider-Man. Like, overall, things don't look good for Pete Hegseth. But the good news is he has the perfect solution.
Because then you have a little bit more champagne, and then your problem goes away.
Okay, but thank Buddha. Let's move on to a story that doesn't involve Trump right now. Yesterday, out of nowhere, the incredibly unpopular president of South Korea declared martial law. And then a few hours later, after everyone got mad, he was like, hey, you know what? Forget it. That was a stupid idea. How about that Rosé song? To me, the craziest thing about this whole episode is what happened in South Korea during the few hours of martial law.
The announcement sparking massive protests in Seoul. This woman's confrontation with an armed soldier going viral as she screams, "Aren't you embarrassed?" at him.
Holy shit, she knows that's a gun, right? She's grabbing it like it's a thing that doesn't shoot bullets. She's like, is this a vacuum cleaner? What's this button do? I want to see it. This wasn't the only time a protester stood up to the military in South Korea. Check out this dude when a soldier tries to take his phone. Okay. I know everyone thinks all Asians know martial arts. And let me be clear, stereotypes are harmful. But did you see that shit? That dude single-handedly aikidoed the soldier into surrendering. I mean, that uncle is either really protective of democracy or very concerned about what people are going to see on his phone. By the way, Trump, if you're paying attention, can we get that guy as Secretary of Defense? I mean, his defense is incredible. He just did that. For more on the fallout in South Korea, let's go live outside the South Korean parliament with Josh Johnson. Josh, what's going on over there?
Yeah, look, you seriously asking me? I feel like you might know more about this than me.
Why?
Come on, Ronnie. You know why.
Well, because I'm the host?
No.
Because I'm more well-read than you?
That's not it.
Because I'm better looking?
No, because it's a Korea story and you're from around there.
What the man? I'm not Korean, okay? I'm Malaysian. That's a totally different country.
Calm down. Malaysian has Asian in it, okay? It's closer than me. I'm clearly out of my depth here. The politics, the language, even the food. They offered me some of their soul food and not one candied yam or collard green.
Josh, I don't expect you to just know what's going on there. We sent you there to do a report, okay? So just do your job and ask around.
And what do you think I'm doing? I found an Asian person, and I'm asking around right now.
That's racist, dude. All right, what? You're black, so what? I'm supposed to ask you about what's going on in Zimbabwe?
Oh, Zimbabwe going through it, Ronnie. All right. They just had to raise interest rates to 36% to keep the currency from an inflation crisis, which could collapse President Mnangagwa's government.
Okay, well, that's a lucky guess, okay? Oh, what, economies collapsing in Africa? That's all of them.
That's racist.
No, you're racist. Look, just give me your best analysis of what's going on in Korea right now.
All right. Well, frankly, I'm not surprised at all. We've all known for years that Kim Jong-un is crazy. Of course he's gonna pull some shit like this.
Josh, that's North Korea, okay? You're in South Korea. It's a different country.
Damn, Ronnie. The Asian guy seems to know a lot about Asia. I guess I'm racist and right.
God damn it, forget it. Josh Johnson, everybody, all right?